AFC North, all the defense is garbage. The AFC North, all 4 team defense is garbage. I don't get how people even saying Baltimore is going to come back and do something. They lost an inconsistent Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams been inconsistent all year, and now the Ravens beat them. Now oh my God, the Ravens, they're back on track. How? Caleb Williams missing throws all game. They should have won that game. He throwing the ball late. He not throwing the ball on time. I'm not surprised Chicago lost that game. To me, he feel like Caleb Williams went into that game scary already. He probably was already scared before he even got on the field. So I don't give too much credit to beating the Bears, bro, when we know how Caleb Williams is week by week. I still look at that Ravens defense and say you can still run on them, you can throw on them. Yeah, that overall defense is suspect. And the O-line ain't that good either when it comes to the offense. So the AFC North is in shambles. When you're looking at the Bengals, they're not that good, man. Joe Flacco had a great Thursday night football game. He had a great game on Thursday night football. But besides that, what has he done? Besides that, what has Cincinnati done? Sometimes we'll take one game and just overreact. We'll literally take one game and overreact. The Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett all mad because of his 5-sack game. Bro, Drake May had a historic game, bro. Yes, y'all sacked them 6 times, but what about how they was okay, you sacked them 6 times, but can we talk about how they was on their 30 and they still went down the field easily? On this defense, their defense is ass. It just got a great player on it with Myles Garrett. Just like the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have great players, but overall, the defense is terrible. Cincinnati defense is terrible. Cleveland Brown defense is terrible. Their secondary is garbage. Their middle linebackers are garbage. Their D-line is but shoot, if your secondary don't hold up, it don't matter how good your D-line is. The quarterback can get the ball out of his hand because your secondary don't hold up, then what can you do? And vice versa, you can have a great secondary, but if the quarterback's standing back there all day because you don't get no pass rush, somebody going to get open. That's Cleveland. Yes, Myles Garrett had a great game. But stop it, bro. The defense is not good. I don't care how mad Myles Garrett is. Y'all still gave up touchdowns. Drake May, didn't Drake May only have like 3, 4, 5 complete incompletions? Threw for like 283 yards and like 3 touchdowns. One of the touchdowns was a bomb. He was dissecting the defense all game. Yes, he got sacked. But to me, that showed I gained more respect for Drake May than looked at it like, oh, the Cleveland Browns doing Myles Garrett a disservice. Drake May's tough. You get sacked 6 times and still get up. Your tackle, your right and left tackle are not giving you no help. Getting whooped all game, and you still get up and dice up the defense and win the game by almost like 20 points. You beat the team by like 3 touchdowns. That shows a lot about Drake May than it does about how good Myles Garrett is. The defense still not good. Myles Garrett can get you 4 sacks. That's cool. But Myles Garrett ain't getting to the quarterback every play. He can't. So those times when he's not getting to the quarterback so quickly, the ball is going to a receiver and they're going down the field on the Cleveland Browns. And it is what it is. They can't stop nobody. Pittsburgh can't stop nobody. You can have TJ Watt. You can have Jalen Ramsey. You can't stop nobody. Even though if we really look at that Green Bay game, Pittsburgh D-line was getting to Jordan Love. It's just the secondary wasn't holding up. The secondary was not holding up whatsoever, bro. Like, if you're going to be honest and not just love to just push the media narratives about, oh, the Pittsburgh defense is just atrocious. Yes, it is bad. The defense is bad. When you look at the game overall, they were getting pressure on Jordan Love. It's just every time they was getting to him, somebody was open because your secondary not holding up. The bum, the Kraft. Kraft wasn't supposed to catch that. That's supposed to be a pick. A dude hit the ball down. Dude not turning his back. Turned his back late. And what happened? Kraft catches it and run that thing down for almost 40, 50 yards. That's not on the D-line. But also, too much is given is required. And when you're TJ Watt making all this money, when you're Hayward making all this money, Hayward stood, he said, hey, as somebody old as Hayward, he need to practice. You too old to sit down. You an old man. Your buddy need to practice. For you to hold out because you feel like they weren't paying you your worth, and now you go out there and you boo-boo. You boo-boo. You don't jump off the screen. TJ Watt don't jump off the screen. Nobody jumps off the screen on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I already told you I like Patrick Queen. I like him. I watch him on Coach JB show. Like his personality. Like him as a person. He's not a number one Mike guy, Ray Lewis type, Junior Seau type, Warner type, Fred Warner type. He's not that. He's a secondary guy. He's your Bart Stark to your Ray Lewis. He's your Navarro Bowman to your Patrick Willis. That's what he is. He plays well when he's the second fiddle. And there's nothing wrong with being that. Navarro Bowman still made 3 to 4 Pro Bowls as the second linebacker. He wasn't the Mike. He wasn't the head linebacker. He was the second guy. And it's cool to be that. But I think he fits well when he's not the leader of when he's not the face of the middle linebacker, but he's the second guy. He starts. He's a starter middle linebacker. But to me, he's not the guy that can lead and be the face of a defense. He's not that. He fit well with Roquan Smith. That's how he made a Pro Bowl. He fit very well with Roquan Smith. You put him in that position to where now he ain't got to worry about too much. He got to do his job and just dominate. He did that. And that's why the Ravens went to the AFC Championship game and lost to the Chiefs. But now you're looking at him in his new role with Pittsburgh. It's the reason why the Baltimore brought in Roquan Smith, because they felt like Patrick Queen, they felt like he just didn't, the role that they had him in, they felt like he wasn't good enough to play that role. So they brought in another guy they felt like was 10 times better than him, and they put him at second fiddle. And he dominated at second fiddle. But him being so dominant at second fiddle, making a Pro Bowl, got him to deal with Pittsburgh to where they like, okay, he could lead the team. He could be the starting linebacker, the face of the linebacking group. And I just don't see that, bro. I just don't see that. The last 2 seasons, I haven't seen that, the consistency of him as the star middle linebacker. Hopefully, you hope Patrick Wilson does something, number 41, because I know he played middle linebacker too. Hopefully that he can emerge into something so Patrick can go back to that second fiddle, but it just doesn't look like he don't jump off the screen either. He all right. I'm not going to say he a bust, because they did draft him in the first round. I ain't going to say he a bust, but he hasn't shown me nothing to have me like, okay, the middle linebacker for Pittsburgh, they something serious. They're not. They're not. They're just not. So you like the whole AFC North, bro, to me, in my opinion, whoever wins that division is probably going to be a 9-8, 8-9 team. Like, I just don't believe that Lamar Jackson is going to come back out of nowhere and the Ravens just are going on a roll when you got a terrible ass defense like that. That defense is terrible, bro. It's terrible. Well, then look what they did to the Rams. The Rams were shooting themselves in the foot all game doing dumb shit. Well, then look what they did to the Bears. Caleb Williams has been inconsistent all year. All year. One game, the timing, his timing is there. Next game, the timing's off. He just been, it's how it is been. Either the timing's there or it's not. So I can't. Now they finna play against the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins gonna put up points on them. But I think Dolphins gonna beat the Ravens. I think a lot of y'all, if I had to bet, I'm going with the Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins. Say what you want about Mike McDaniels. He's a great play caller. He's a good play caller. And he know how to scheme up plays. And his running game scheme when it comes to the slants, the running, how they just the misdirection, the zone read, the zone runs, and all that stuff, bro. They can get to Baltimore with that. I like A-Chain. A-Chain to me is a top 10 running back in this league. He jump off the screen every time I watch him. He's a baller. I like A-Chain. The Ravens not gonna stop him. He gonna put up crazy numbers. Jalen Waddle, ever since Tua has gotten injured, he done took over that number 1 role, and he's flourishing. He's dominating. So all Tua gotta do is not throw a pick, not mess up, not talk too much, and just go out there and play like he did against my Atlanta Falcons, where they spanked us. And I think they can go into Baltimore. No, I think Baltimore can come to Miami, and Baltimore gonna leave with an L. That's what's gonna happen. I got more faith in the Dolphins than I do in Baltimore. They're both coming in with the same record, 2-6. 2-5, my mistake. But I just have more faith in the Dolphins than the unknown of the Ravens. When it comes to Cleveland defense is not good. So I don't care what Myles Garrett say. The defense is not good at all. They're terrible. There's no way Myles Garrett can come out and make it seem like it was just the offense last night. on Sunday, because it was not. Last Sunday, I watched the Cleveland Brown team. Offense is atrocious, but the O-line is atrocious. But we never want to talk about it. We're going to keep blaming Dylan Gabriel, key to lead. We're going to keep blaming the Dylan Gabriel, say that it's him, when the reality is not him. It's the O-line, and he has no weapons outside that's winning their battles. Who's getting separation when it comes to running routes? Jerry Jeudy? Can you even name me 3 wide receivers that play for Cleveland? And you can't name Jerry Jeudy. You can't name nobody. They have nobody. That's Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry is terrible. He's been a terrible GM for the last 3 years. He's been a terrible GM for the last 3 years. Nobody wants to call him out when he's been terrible. Everybody want to look at Kevin Stefanski because he don't want to play Shador. Why we don't look at Andrew Berry and say, well, why are you not picking up better players? Your player evaluation skills are terrible. The people you are hiring to evaluate these players are terrible. Why nobody not holding him accountable? When they call Kevin Stefanski, he's the coach, but he's the one he's not picking the groceries. Andrew Berry picking the groceries. Kevin Stefanski, he's just cooking. He need the GM to pick the groceries so he can cook. And right now they're not cooking because the groceries are terrible. It's bad groceries. The only way Cleveland can ever be good, bro, you just got to restart and rebuild. Go draft a quarterback. Trying to see what Shador going to do for you. Trying to give people false hope. Thinking that next year is going to be a better year. If you're going to try to give people false hope, do that with a rookie quarterback, bro. Not with no 5th round pick going to his 2nd year. Please don't. The AFC North is just overall is just in shambles, bro. It's in shambles. It's no team that you look at that say, okay, all these teams, they make the playoff, they'll be one and done. They all be one and done. Period, point blank. All of them. Because even though I did say all the defense is terrible, the offense is Joe Flacco's playing well, but week by week, trust me, he's gonna digress. He's gonna digress. Trust me, he's gonna decline, and his play is gonna decline. Week by week, his play will decline. Mark my word, it will. It happens. They're gonna have moments, but his play will decline because teams gonna figure you out. When it comes to the Pittsburgh, I think I don't have no issues really with the offense. I wish the O-line is more consistent through the whole game. Not first half you dominant, in the second half you can't get no push off the line of scrimmage. And I wish Arthur Smith, I wish he becomes a better play caller. If he can become a better play caller, I think Pittsburgh could go off on a run and win some games and win convincingly the AFC North. But Arthur Smith, in just my opinion, DK Metcalf don't get the ball enough for me. He doesn't get the ball enough. You can scheme up plays and call plays to get DK the ball, bro. Y'all just can't be slant route and go routes. Let's set some screens up, get that man the ball, open field. Let's do some other things, man. And look, can we give him another wide receiver? Can we go find another wide receiver? There's some guys out there. I go get Chris Olave. I think he'll love being with the Saints. I know the Saints say they don't want to trade him, but if I'm Pittsburgh, bro, you really got everything. To be honest, I give up a 1st round pick. Go get Chris Olave. Him and DK, man, that's gonna be a great pair. It's gonna be a great duo with Aaron Rodgers, especially you want Aaron Rodgers to come back next year. You got to give him 2 solid wide receivers, so you can have somebody to throw to, and him not looking around, running around all day, trying to find somebody. Now he got to throw the ball away, or he trying to force something. It's a pick. Now we just blaming him. Well, he has nobody on the team that can get open consistently, but DK. But you're not calling plays for DK to get open. You're using DK as the decoy to get other guys open. Guys still can't get open. So what that tells me is Arthur Smith has to do a better job of calling plays. Get DK more involved. Period, point blank. Jamar Chase back-to-back had about over 15 plus targets back-to-back games. How can Zach Taylor do that for Jamar Chase, but Arthur Smith can't do that for DK? I don't get that. Now Aaron Rodgers has to play better too. He missed some throws. I'm not gonna lie, he did miss some throws. But Aaron, he's the most consistent player on the offense. He's been the most consistent player on the offense. And if you're a Steelers fan, I bet any Steelers fan, the only reason why you have faith in this season, the only reason why you're confident you can win, all these tough games, especially with this tough next couple of games that y'all have, is because of Aaron Rodgers. Who else? Because DK Metcalf? No. You don't have no faith in no DK Metcalf. So overall, the team just has to do a better job just when it comes to the play calling. Ravens defense has to play better. Cleveland defense has to play better. Cincinnati defense has to play better. Pittsburgh defense has to play better. So until I see a consistent, dominant defense from one of those four teams, I don't know who's gonna win, bro. I won't be surprised either for them teams win. I just know it's gonna be one and done no matter who wins. Period, point blank. They're gonna be a team. They're gonna host a playoff game and get embarrassed at home. That's what's gonna end up happening. I know a lot of people just because everybody like Lamar Jackson, a lot of people think he's the best quarterback in the league. By default, they think that the Ravens gonna come back and win just because they got the best quarterback. But we have seen great quarterbacks play with terrible defense and don't make the playoffs at all. So I'm not going for that. Or Lamar can win you games. Just so you're betting on Lamar to drop 30 while his defense give up 30. And you're telling me that's gonna result in a win. No, it is not, bro. It's gonna result in Lamar going home with a towel over his head because they lost the game. Oh, yeah, he put up 38. But the other team got 37. The quarterback goes down the field with 2 minutes left on the clock. He goes down the field, kick a game-winning field goal. You lose 40-38. All Lamar do got put up 38. Now Lamar put up 40. But the other team, they got 38. They kick a field goal. Now it's 41-40. Time expiring. So you got to have a good defense to pair with a great quarterback. Period, point blank, if you want to go far. Everybody not taking garbage, trash defenses to the playoffs consistently. We've seen Patrick Mahomes do it in 2019. We see Eli Manning do it in 2011. But a lot of times that's not the norm, bro. Majority of these teams that you see in the Super Bowl, defenses are good. They're either good, great, or legendary. I don't see too many mid defense besides the 2 examples that I just gave. They take a team to the playoffs and they win a Super Bowl. That's rare. It's super rare. So like I said, for the AFC North, we'll see. I stick my money on Pittsburgh because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan and I want him to end his career in the playoffs, just like Big Ben did, just like Phillip did, just like my boy Drew Brees. So I'm rooting for A-Rod and the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin. Mike, if you don't get to the playoffs, you might as well resign, bro. Go somewhere else. Period, point blank. You're the only one that has a quarterback that's been started, that's been there since week 1 as a starting quarterback. You're the only one. Everybody else done had about 2 or 3 quarterbacks that done started. Besides the Browns, who done had 2, but it's still not Joe Flacco from week 1. Pittsburgh's the only team. The guy that started week 1 is still starting out of all 3 teams in the AFC North. And if you still lose that division, I don't know how you can, after this season, if you're a Steelers fan, that you still have faith in a Mike Tomlin. So we'll see.